Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life. Introducing Secret 12, the new InfoWars Life vitamin B12 formulation. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. That's why for real results, so many are having to turn to painful B12 injections, which are known to have higher absorption rates. Now, InfoWarsLife.com is excited to announce that we can bring you our most bioactive, powerful form of B12 that has been developed with our exclusive perfected process. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical-grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin. Secret 12 is simply taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Secure your revolutionary Secret 12 formula right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
You let the worst people get control and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun. You can feel it.
After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO, organic Super Male Vitality formula. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose.
I jump out of bed ready to fight these criminals every day. I look forward to waking up and taking my Super Male Vitality.
Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother.
Big Brother. Mainstream media. Government cover-ups.
You want answers?
You want answers? Well, so does he. Live from Austin, Texas. Broadcasting worldwide. It's Alex Jones.
Yeah, I've been watching, and I've been waiting. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. We, of course, return weeknights, 7 o'clock Central, InfoWars Nightly News. Find details at InfoWarsNews.com. We have the live Sunday transmission. We're live, 4 to 6 p.m. Central every Sunday. Want to thank all the new affiliates. I mean, we're getting like 2-3 new affiliates a week right now. We're getting close to 200 affiliates. Very exciting on the weekday show. Well over 100 on the weekend show. Very exciting. And the reason I started this weekend show 7 years ago was to give big stations and little stations alike a taste of the show, because it's pretty radical. I mean, 2 + 2 = 4 is pretty much illegal at the Department of Education. So that's radical and racist as well. We're kind of like 2 + 2 = 4 here. Freedom's good. George Washington's good. Family's good. Keeping some of your money's good. You know, just bad stuff. Bad people. And it's worked great. I mean, the stations usually pick it up on Sunday for a few months, then put us on weeknights, or take the daytime show and re-air it, and then we go live. And they end up putting us on and removing the establishment talk show host. And that shows America is waking up, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very exciting. Infowars.com is the news website. But my job's easy. I just study history, common sense, and then try to just get up here and tell the truth and tell you my opinion on things. I want to go to Clavin and Brian and Atomio and Robert and Gerald and Damien and Tim and Ryan. I will get to everybody, but tomorrow we're going to have Jakari Jackson and, of course, Joe Biggs, our reporters, who got hit with rubber bullets and tear gas and you name it a few months ago in Ferguson. They're going to be there awaiting the grand jury verdict on the Brown shooting case. And again, from what we've seen, a lot of evidence points towards the cop telling the truth, but the whole handling of it seems like a psyop, so very suspicious. We're going to get Jakari Jackson's take. We've also got their filed report on Infowars.com, where we're talking about 300% increase in gun sales in the state. We've got those interviews with gun dealers, you name it. And Jakari's report, The Calm Before the Storm, has gone viral as well. So, Jakari, just give us a recap so far of what you see going on and what you think is going to happen. What's your gut tell you?
Jakari Jackson reporting live just north of Ferguson, Missouri. Yeah, like you talked about in that report, Alex, we had a chance to go to West Florissant yesterday, walk the streets, and we saw not so much gun owners, but we saw shop owners boarding up their windows, their establishments, and none of them really wanted to talk on camera. But they were telling us that, yeah, we're very much concerned. You know, they think that that was exactly the calm before the storm. And so people were making preparation. We saw several buildings, even a lot of phone stores, you know, your T-Mobile stores, your Boost Mobile stores. They had their buildings completely boarded up in anticipation of this verdict coming down with Officer Wilson. And we had a chance, myself and Joe Biggs, we went to the liquor store today where Mike Brown was, and we were looking around trying to see if we could get a feel for it. And a lot of the locals were telling us here that they didn't think Mike Brown had gone to that particular store, or at least committed the crime that they said he did, stealing the cigarillos or whatever they were from behind the counter. And I looked around, and I'm about 6'1". I don't know how big Mike was, but I'm about 6'1". And where they were placed in that particular store, it would have been difficult for me to grab. Could somebody have done it? Yeah, but, you know, it takes somebody much larger than me. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how big Mike was. But meanwhile,
what do they say about the video that they purport to be him?
Well, a lot of people were saying that that wasn't him. Now, to me, it looked like it was him, especially if you contrast that with the footage, or I guess the still images of Mike on the ground, I guess a few minutes later after his encounter with Wilson. He does appear to be wearing the same clothing, does appear to be the same body type, same body proportions. So I'll say, to me, it did look like Mike, although some people dispute that it was him.
All right. Anything else that you think you should add? I mean, they were saying maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. What intel are you gathering on when the verdict may be from the grand jury on whether to indict the police officer?
We've been hearing a whole lot that it's going to be tomorrow. Local news is teasing it. A lot of them don't want to come out and say definitive tomorrow, but a lot of people are speculating that it will be Monday when the verdict comes down. And we've also seen that a lot of churches are volunteering to care for school children because they anticipate the schools to be closed as well. So they're saying, hey, bring your kids over here to the church, to the rec center. We'll take care of them while you're at work, and hopefully, you know, the riots won't affect the churches if the riots do happen.
Anything else, Jakari, you want to add?
No, we're here. We're ready. We got the gear. We got the Infidel body armor. Joe Biggs is here. You know, we're going to be in the thick of it. You know, if it does turn ugly, hopefully it doesn't. You know, everything was calm around the quick trip yesterday. No protest, no anything. So hopefully it remains that way. But if it does happen to hit the fan, we'll be here to document it. Infowars.com.
That's right. Right around that grocery store that got burned down. That seems to be the epicenter of the protesting. A lot of legitimate protesters, a lot of smart people out there. Some, you know, unsavory groups coming in to capitalize on it. But they're talking about riots in Chicago, other areas. I mean, I understand people's concern about a police state. At the same time, though, I think it'll make the police state worse if people run around rioting. But if folks are angry, what could they do? Well, they could go vote, or they could file lawsuits. I mean, I don't like the fact that Ferguson's like 70% black, and there's 2 black police officers out of 50-something. I mean, there are some issues there. But running around just, you know, randomly getting mad, I don't think it's a productive. Jakari, what do you think?
No, that's exactly how I feel. You know, if you want to have a peaceful protest, go talk to your police chief. Go talk to the prosecutor, whoever it may be. But burning down this neighborhood is not going to solve anything. But the thing about it is, a lot of these people coming to do this harm, they're not from here. You know, these guys, they come from Chicago, they come from wherever else. They think it's like a cool, you know, instead of go out to the bar, to the club, or, watch the game. Let's go burn down a neighborhood. And then they go back home to their plus
Well, yeah,
five.
I mean, we see that with sports fans all over the world, too. It happens in South America, Europe, Africa, the U.S. Everybody does it. It's a thug culture. And whether it's, northern England thugs burning something down or folks in Chicago, it's just a bunch of aimless youth that never grew up and never got a job. Thank you, Sha'Carri. We're going to have you live tomorrow as all this unfolds and at night as the verdict comes out. And be safe in the middle of that. You guys, do as much as you want, but be safe because you guys volunteered to go up there. We appreciate your courage. We're going to come back in a moment and talk to Joe Biggs after he jumps in front of the mic there, in front of the camera in just a moment. Then we're going to come back and race through calls. Calvin, let's talk about Ferguson. And Brian and Tim and everybody else. We're going to get to Ryan in Tennessee, you name it, after this break. But if we've got Joe Biggs now in front of the camera, Joe, give us your quick take as a reporter and as an analyst on what you think is going to happen.
Well, honestly, I think all hell will break loose because we pretty much have a good feeling that, Officer Wilson will not be charged with the murder of Mike Brown, and he will be released. The mayor of Ferguson has come out and said that if indeed he is cleared of all charges, he will be cleared to go back to work and work as a police officer on the beat out here on the streets. Now, I don't know if that decision's purely up to them or if Wilson has any say in that. But if I were him, I would not want to be seen in this area again whatsoever. I use social media quite a bit to talk with the people in this area who organize a lot of these protests. There was a protest today we tried to get to, but it started snowing so bad we weren't able to make it to because it was about 30 minutes south.
Global warming.
But yeah, Al Gore, like you said. But protesters were laying in the middle of the roads, blocking a very ritzy neighborhood street, and they had drawn chalk around them, just like when someone dies on the road, and they were all laying in the roads protesting there. Everyone says the snow's not going to stop us. We will come out. If you board up your windows, we'll just burn the building down. So everyone's very adamant about attacking this entire place and just rioting and doing whatever. What they're saying now is they're no longer considered protesters. They are considered people starting a revolution that they're hoping it'll spark a revolution across the U.S. where people in Atlanta, Chicago, and other places will stand up against the police state. And their way of doing it is with violence. And, they're calling out, when I went to the gun store and spoke to the owner yesterday, he pulled me aside and he said, from what I see on Twitter and Facebook, just you being white, there's a good chance that you might get shot or something like that. And he was, very concerned for, our health and well-being. And I can understand that, but, we're professionals. We're going to be out here. We've done this. We're going to document it. And, I've got some other stuff to talk about, so if you want to come back, we can.
Yeah, I want you to finish up quickly, Joe Biggs, and we're going to go right to these calls. You'll be back on tomorrow as well with the weekday show, 11 a.m. Central. Our reporters are in the war zone.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy Powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency.